Have you ever sat down to eat and suddenly thought, is this helping my body or hurting it? Maybe your doctor mentioned your blood sugar last time, or you've just been feeling more tired after meals. You're not alone. After 60, your body starts reacting differently. Foods you used to enjoy without a second thought now seem to weigh you down, mess with your sugar levels, and leave you feeling off balance. And if you've been diagnosed with diabetes, or you're trying hard to avoid it, you know how much power your plate holds. Every bite you take can either push your sugar up or help bring it gently down. That's why today we're talking about something close to your kitchen, your garden, and your heart, vegetables. But not just any vegetables. These are the ones that have been shown to naturally support lower blood sugar levels. The kind of vegetables that can quietly fight for you behind the scenes without side effects, without confusion, and without needing to give up everything you love. Now I know you've probably heard, just eat more greens or cut back on sugar 100 times. But this isn't just general advice. We're diving deep into 10 specific vegetables that your body will thank you for, especially after 60, when insulin sensitivity often drops and managing diabetes becomes more complex. Let's start with one that you might already know, but perhaps didn't realize how powerful it truly is: broccoli. You've probably had it steamed, maybe in a soup, or roasted next to some chicken. But broccoli is far more than a side dish. It's one of the best blood sugar-friendly vegetables out there. Why? Because it's packed with sulforaphane, a natural compound that's been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce glucose production in the liver. Think of it as a quiet warrior. It's not flashy, but it's doing real work inside your body. And the best part? It's easy to add to almost any meal. Toss it into an omelet, blend it into a soup, or even enjoy it raw with a little hummus. Your body doesn't care how fancy it looks. It just cares that it's getting the good stuff. Now imagine this. You're at the market, and you pass by a pile of leafy greens. Some folks walk right past them, but not you, because you know something they don't. Spinach, that soft, gentle green you can throw into just about anything, is a diabetic's best friend. Why? It's incredibly low in carbohydrates, yet loaded with magnesium, which helps your body use insulin more effectively. As we age, magnesium levels can dip without us noticing, and that can make blood sugar harder to control. Spinach quietly fills that gap. Slip it into a morning smoothie, stir it into scrambled eggs, or toss it with olive oil and lemon for a refreshing lunch. It doesn't shout for attention, but your blood sugar hears it loud and clear. And then there's a little root that's been used for generations, especially in traditional kitchens and healing remedies, bitter gourd or chlorella as many call it. Now I'll be honest, this one isn't everyone's favorite on first taste. It lives up to its name. It's bitter. But that bitterness, that's the magic. Bitter gourd contains something called polypeptide P, which mimics insulin in your body and can help naturally lower blood glucose. It's like nature's gentle nudge toward balance. If the taste is too strong for you, try soaking it in salt water before cooking. It softens the bitterness. Or make it into a curry with turmeric and tomatoes. Suddenly, it's not just medicine, it's a meal. And if you grew up with this in your family's cooking, you already know this is one vegetable that stood the test of time. Sometimes, healing doesn't come in big leaps. It comes in small, consistent choices. The broccoli on your plate, the spinach in your eggs, the bitter gourd in your stew. These aren't just vegetables. They're signals to your body that you're still fighting for it, still caring, still choosing health every single day. And the beautiful thing is, it's never too late. Whether you've been managing diabetes for years or you're just starting to see the signs, these choices matter more than ever. They're not about perfection. They're about progress, one bite at a time. And from here, there's even more to uncover. Because some of the most powerful vegetables for lowering blood sugar are hiding in plain sight, quietly sitting in your kitchen drawer, waiting to be part of your story. Think about the last time you stood in your kitchen, maybe wondering what to cook for dinner. Maybe you opened the fridge, saw a few basics and thought, what can I make that won't mess up my sugar levels? That moment, right there, that's where small choices turn into big changes. And sometimes, the simplest vegetables are doing the biggest jobs behind the scenes. Let me tell you, if you're living with diabetes or working to keep your blood sugar stable, okra might just become your secret weapon. It's rich in fiber, and not just the kind that fills you up. This is the kind that slows down sugar absorption in your gut. That means after a meal, your blood sugar won't spike like a roller coaster. It rises slowly, gently, giving your body the time it needs to keep things under control. If you've never tried it, slice it into a stir-fry, grill it with garlic, or simmer it into a hearty stew. It's comforting, wholesome, and your body will thank you for it. And here's another one you might already have sitting quietly in your pantry: onions. Yes, the same onions you might be tossing into every meal without much thought. But they're doing more than just adding flavor. Onions contain sulfur compounds and quercetin, two natural helpers that can reduce inflammation and help manage blood sugar levels. And for seniors, that's especially important because inflammation and blood sugar often go hand in hand, like unwanted guests at the same party. The beauty of onions is that they work in nearly every dish, soups, omelets, curries, salads, you name it. And they add that cozy home-cooked aroma that feels like a hug from your kitchen. Now, picture this. You're in your garden or maybe at the farmer's market and you see a bunch of fresh carrots, bright, sweet, full of color. You might think, wait, aren't carrots high in sugar? It's a common concern. But here's the truth. Carrots may taste sweet, but they have a low glycemic index, which means they don't spike your blood sugar like processed carbs do. They're packed with beta-carotene and antioxidants, which help protect your cells and support overall health, especially after 60. When your eyes, skin, and immune system need more care than ever, carrots step in as gentle protectors. Try them roasted with olive oil, grated into a salad, or even blended into a soup with a touch of ginger. Sometimes the foods we've been told to avoid are actually the ones we need when we understand them better. Let's take a moment here. This journey with diabetes, or even just trying to stay healthy as you age, can feel overwhelming. The doctor's visits, the medications, the advice from everyone around you. But vegetables, they don't lecture you. They don't come with side effects or warning labels. They come with comfort, with simplicity, with healing in every bite. And that brings us to another unsung hero, cauliflower. Think about how versatile it is. You can mash it like potatoes, roast it into crispy bites, or even turn it into a low-carb pizza base. But beyond being a great swap for starchy foods, cauliflower is rich in fiber and antioxidants and low in carbs, making it ideal for blood sugar balance. It helps you feel full without the crash. And for those of us who grew up with traditional heavy meals, think potatoes, rice, or bread, cauliflower gives us that satisfying feeling without the sugar overload. It's like your body gets to enjoy comfort food without paying a heavy price for it later. When you think about it, this journey is less about cutting things out and more about adding the right things in. The vegetables we've talked about so far don't just fill your stomach. They nourish your cells, support your organs, and remind your body it's still being cared for, deeply and intentionally. So many people over 60 begin to feel like their choices are shrinking, that they can't enjoy food the way they used to. But the truth is, this is your chance to rediscover food, not as a danger, but as a blessing. Not something to fear, but something that brings you back to balance, one meal at a time. And we're still not done, because a few more vegetables are waiting in the wings, humble, healing, and full of surprises. They've been part of traditional diets for centuries, and today science is finally catching up to what our elders always knew. Let's keep going. Now think about this for a moment. What if managing your blood sugar didn't have to feel like a constant battle? What if it could feel more like a partnership with your body, with your meals, even with the vegetables on your plate? Because that's exactly what happens when you start building your daily meals around the right foods. You stop reacting and start gently guiding your health in the right direction. Let's look at a vegetable that often gets overlooked in modern kitchens, but holds deep roots in traditional diets: cabbage. Whether it's green, purple, or Napa style, cabbage is one of the most affordable, accessible, and diabetic-friendly vegetables out there. It's loaded with fiber and vitamin C, and it's incredibly low in starch, which means your blood sugar stays steady even after a full plate. You can saute it with onions, stir it into a broth, or use it raw in slaws or wraps. And if you've ever had fermented cabbage, like sauerkraut or kimchi, you're also getting the bonus of natural probiotics that help support digestion, something that becomes even more important as we age. Now close your eyes and picture a warm, earthy dish, one that feels grounding and filling without the heaviness. That's the gift of zucchini. It's tender, mild, and easy to work with, perfect for seniors who want something soft on the stomach but rich in health benefits. Zucchini is naturally low in carbohydrates and high in water and fiber. That means it helps keep you full, helps manage your weight, and supports healthy blood sugar levels, all in one gentle package. Spiral it into noodles, saute it with herbs, or bake it with a little cheese and tomato. Suddenly, healthy eating becomes something you look forward to. And finally, we arrive at one of the most powerful, underrated vegetables for blood sugar control: green beans. They're not flashy, but they're consistent, like a good friend who always shows up. Green beans are full of fiber and natural plant compounds that may improve insulin sensitivity. They digest slowly, helping to prevent sugar spikes after meals, and they're gentle on the digestive system. If you haven't had them in a while, try steaming them lightly and topping them with olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. Simple, wholesome, healing. Now take a deep breath.
Think about all the vegetables we've talked about. Not as a strict diet, not as a list of rules, but as a set of options. Gentle tools you can use every day to help your body do what it's always tried to do. Keep you safe, strong, and steady. This isn't about never eating rice again or cutting out every treat you love. It's about crowding your plate with the good stuff first. When your plate is filled with fiber-rich, blood sugar-friendly vegetables,
Naturally eat less of the things that spike your sugar. You feel fuller, more balanced, more in control, not because you're restricting, but because you're nourishing. And let's be honest, after 60, health isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's about how you feel each morning. It's about waking up without joint pain, without that dizzy spell after breakfast, without the fear of what your next blood sugar reading might say. It's about energy, clarity. And every time you choose broccoli instead of bread, spinach instead of sugar, okra instead of overload, you're making that feeling possible. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. One vegetable, one plate, one day at a time. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you're at the store or in your kitchen, look for just one of these vegetables. Add it to your next meal. Taste it. If this video helped you, please give it a like. Share it with a friend or loved one who's also managing their blood sugar. And if you want more natural, heart-centered health tips like this, make sure to subscribe. This journey is better when we walk it together. You're never too old to live well, and your best years, they're still ahead. Stay healthy, stay hopeful, and I'll see you in the next video.